Our next guest took a hobby and $100 and cooked up a revolutionary multi-million-dollar beauty business.
And now 20 years later, the founder of Carol's Daughter is making women like Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, and Halle Berry sing her praises. Joining us is Lisa Price. Thank you, Lisa Price, for being here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Whew. So in the Black community, Carol's Daughter has become a household name, but is it true you started off making these products in your kitchen?
Yeah, in my kitchen in Brooklyn.
How did that work?
Well, I always loved fragrances and I wanted to make my own scents. And then in order to have a fragrance really last, you need the ancillaries, the creams and the soaps. So I just went into the kitchen and experimented making products out of the fragrances that I was creating. My mom encouraged me to sell at a church flea market, and here I am today.
Yeah, it seems like you've come a long way since those flea markets. Your company is now making more than $35 million.
Yeah.
What were those early days like, and how did you really build up the business to be such a powerhouse?
Well, you know, it grew organically. My husband and I worked really hard doing flea markets, craft fairs, expos. We sold out of our home for a number of years, saved up money to get our first store in 1999, and just built the business slowly and carefully. And then in 2003, I met Steve Stout. He invested in the company, and now we have celebrity investors like Jay-Z and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, Mary J. Blige.
Wow.
So a lot of people started to hear about us more in 2005 and 2006 when those people came on board and we got more exposure.
It also helps that Brad Pitt is a huge fan of your products. He has said that he would not be able to do his daughter Zahara's hair without your products. What is it like to have an endorsement from a man that huge?
Well, you know, when we got that, we weren't aware that he even had the product. I just walked into the office one day and somebody was like, "Did you hear what Brad Pitt said about Carol's Daughter?" I said, "Excuse me?" What? What did he say? But yeah, it was remarkable, especially in the context in which he said it. He was supposed to name 15 things in life that, you know, are very important, and we were number 3.
Wow.
So yeah, that was really
What
cool.
product in particular does he use on baby Zahara's hair?
He wasn't clear exactly which one,
Just as long
but
as it's
Carol's Daughter hair products, yes.
All that matters.
Now, you speak of Carol's Daughter. It's a name brand that is recognized in all of our homes now, but why the name Carol's Daughter?
Well, my mom's name was Carol, and I am Carol's daughter. And it has grown into something that the company really embraces because it's something that every human being on the planet has in common, no matter what our religion, ethnicity, age, etc. We're all someone's child.
That's very true. Now let's talk about what you were doing before you started a beauty company. You had another dream job.
Right.
You worked on the Cosby Show.
Yes, I worked in television and film production, and that was one of my jobs, one of my favorites. But yeah, it was great. I love watching television, so working on television was like not really work, even though you all know it's work, and you never go home and you're there for hours and hours.
Yes.
But I loved it, and what it did for me was to show me the difference between doing a job and doing a career and doing something that you love and that you're passionate about. So it was easier for me to recognize when I became an entrepreneur that I was doing what I love to do because I knew what it felt like.
That's great to hear. How did you balance the two, though? I mean, you're working on a hit show and then you're cooking up recipes at night. How does that work?
It actually wasn't too bad because you
You're
had
like punchlines, aromatherapy.
Well, I didn't have to write, thank God. I had to take notes and type as a production assistant. But you know, it was actually an easy thing to do because I loved my job. So when I went home to relax, I wasn't going home de-stressing, complaining, venting. I just went home and relaxed, and I went in my kitchen and cooked product.
Wow. And, you know, I don't think people realize how groundbreaking or revolutionary your company was back in the early 90s when everyone started to have their natural hair. And you were like one of the only ones out there that had all natural hair care products. Now, did you know that hair care and natural hair was going to be so mainstream?
Not at all.
No idea.
Not at all. And when we first started, it was not mainstream at all. It
You
was
were at
very
the forefront
niche.
of that movement.
And because at that time, we didn't have ceramic flat irons. We didn't have ionic blow dryers. So if somebody wanted to transition from relaxing their hair, it was very hard for them to get it into a straight style if that's what they preferred or if that's what they needed for work. So people pretty much just cut it all off. And it was, you know, drastic and radical, or they went to locks or braids. So So it wasn't a mainstream type of transition the way that it is today. So
in fact, many people considered it sort of hippy-dippy, boho.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Spoken word.
Yes,
innocence.
yes.
And now
Brooklyn, Neo Soul,
Right.
Erykah Badu, turbans, the whole,
the whole thing. So it was really fringe back then. What's it
Absolutely.
been like for you to watch it move from fringe into the mainstream?
It's very interesting because it's great to see that happen, and at the exact same time, there are times when you're frustrated because I remember telling people years ago the benefits of shea butter, the benefits of putting moisture in your hair, that it's okay to put water in your hair, and having people say, oh, it's going to dry out my hair. I can't wet my hair every day. Now you go on YouTube and everybody's blogging. Use water. Water is your best friend. I'm like, I told you that 18 years ago.
Is there a part of you that's like, I told you so?
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. I won't say that publicly.
Your bank
but I
account
do
says it
think
for
that-
you. You don't have to worry about it. Now, you actually brought a few items with you today.
I did.
What do you have here? And are these like the newest things on your line?
Well, you know what? This is really, really new. This is the Minoy anti-breakage spray. This actually launched last week, sold out in 3 days, but it's back in stock now, thank goodness. But it is a leave-in conditioning spray that helps to protect your hair against breakage, because your hair is very susceptible to breakage when it's wet and tangled. So you spray this on, it helps you to detangle it, and it's called a biphase formula. So you have to shake the two phases
I see
together.
it.
Has Minoy oil from Tahiti, and it also has coconut water in it, hibiscus extract, wheat protein.
And your hair products are for all different types of hair textures, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And how much would this cost?
This is $22.
Okay. What else do we have
I'll be
here?
taking that. Oh, I'm going shopping. I know I can find your products at Sephora. But
Yes, yes.
I'm shopping here today.
Macy's,
And
right?
Macy's.
This is the Minoy Split End Sealer. Minoy is our repairing range, so it helps to prevent breakage, keeps your hair stronger, longer, invincible. This seals 93% of the split ends on your head instantly when you put it on.
And
So
split ends are such an issue for women.
and you can't really stop them. People think, well, what can I do so that I don't get them? Not live. Because if you brush your hair, comb your hair, blow dry it, go to sleep, lean on the back of a car, you're going to cause a split end.
Right.
But this temporarily seals it and keeps it from traveling further up the hair shaft,
Okay.
so that the hair doesn't become weak and susceptible to breakage.
Okay. So we have about a minute left to get through the rest of the products. What?
Okay, so
that
I won't
one-
talk about Minoy anymore. I love Minoy,
Minoy.
but there's more Minoy here.
Okay.
It's all
But
about Minoy.
this is a
Right.
great fragrance for summer. This is coconut, and the coconut fragrance in here is water lily, orchid, and vanilla, so it's
smell
really
that?
clean. So this is our Shea Souffle, #1 moisturizer in the brand, and we have a body cleansing cream with acai extract and oat protein.
It
Isn't
smells
that
wonderful.
great? Really
Smell
fresh.
that.
It's gets its inspiration more
Now-
from coconut water.
I thought it was
It's light, but
Very
fragrant.
light, yes.
And I thought it was bad enough that all of your names make me hungry because they come after food, but now the smell just makes me even hungrier. Why did you decide to have all names after food?
Well, I always thought of the products as being food for your hair, for your skin, for your soul. So I always wanted things to be butters and souffles and jams and milks and things like that.
It's so edible.
Yeah, right. Very
Okay, what
creative.
else have you brought for me? I mean, for the show.
I'll go back to the Minoy. This is our #1 selling product in the line. This is the Minoy mask.
Okay.
It's a repairing mask, 96% less breakage the first time that you use it. It's creamy and luscious, smells incredible, and it has Minoy oil from French Polynesia, from Tahiti.
Ooh, and it
Wow.
feels good.
It is an excellent conditioner for your hair.
Wow. Goes on like butter.
The first time that you use it, you reduce breakage by 96%, and you have 13 times longer hair life.
Wow.
So it
okay.
basically makes your hair indestructible.
Now, can men use these
I got
products? as well?
Absolutely.
edges
Okay,
that might
put that in
need
there.
it. Some of that, some of that
Get fresh on
mask.
set.
Thank you.
And is there another item over there? I see something for the shower.
Yes, this is
Okay.
the almond cookie body
Almond
cleansing
cookie,
gel.
look at that.
Almond cookie is the #1 selling scent in the line. It was a favorite of Mary J. Blige's and still is. Once she told the
I can
public
see
that
why.
it was her favorite, it became our #1 scent, and it has been since 2005.
Wow. Now, what is your favorite product?
Yes.
What do you wake up to every day?
Every single day, my life revolves around Minoy and hair milk. Right now, I'm not using hair milk because
Got
I'm
the
not wearing
braids.
my curls.
All right.
I have my braids, but I'm still using my Minoy. And then for my moisturizers, I do use the Shea Soufflés, but I have a range of scents, so I pick which one I want to
Okay.
wear.
Now tell us where we can find your products.
You can find us at 7 stores across the country, carolsdaughter.com. We're in Sephora, Macy's, Dillard's, Belk, and we're sold on the Home Shopping Network, HSN.
And you just added a salon in 2 of your shops, right?
Yes, we
In
have
Harlem,
a
New
salon
York?
called Mirror in our Harlem store and also in our Lenox Mall store in Atlanta.
Wow, you guys are doing it up. And you'll be at the Essence Music Festival with a whole truck giving consultations. And what do we be doing at Essence?
We are going to have a pop-up store in the
Okay.
French Quarter during July 4th weekend.
Very
That's fabulous.
exciting.
Consultations, gifts, Instagram stuff.
All right.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So they can find you at the store, online, or at the Essence Music Festival.
Yes.
All right. Lisa Price, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All these
you.
wonderful products.
Yes.
And this is Rise Entertainment 360.
Woohoo!